Today I'd like to talk about why vinyl. So I'm releasing an album called Tales of the Pacific Northwest, which is a title I've had bouncing around in my head for a while. And that's because uh, a lot of my music tells stories, and all these stories have been inspired by nature and by where I live, which is the Pacific Northwest. So everything in this album is at least as far south as Santa Cruz up to, I believe I composed one of the tracks or started composing one of the tracks in Alaska. So a wide range, but just all songs composed here in the Pacific Northwest. And vinyl, it's always been my dream to release on vinyl. I actually had a tape deck when I was younger, and I had a tape deck and an aux cord, some headphones, and I remember playing radio with my little boombox and trying to hit record right when a song started so I could record that song and capture that on my little mixtape. And my first girlfriend gave me a mixtape, introduced me to some really good music, and that definitely affected, my sound immensely. I'm really sick right now, so that's why my voice sounds like this. But yeah, so mixtapes and then CDs. I had a bunch of CDs, but CDs for me, I knew were never... we started moving into MP3s, I was pretty sure CDs wouldn't be around. But I always thought vinyl would be around. And part of that is because I had an experience. I was staying at a friend's house when it was like super icy outside, super cold, and we had like a heater inside, and we had some Bob Marley playing on vinyl, and that warm sound, the sound of the vinyl is just so nice and so relaxing and comforting. And I know we try to replicate it, and we replicate so many things through MIDI and electronic signals, but I really think there's nothing like the sound of a vinyl record, personally. I could be technically wrong, but personally I just really love that sound, and I think it is non-replicable. So vinyl for me has always been a huge dream, putting something out on vinyl. I've known for a long time that I wouldn't put something on CD. When I was younger, they said CDs were the future because they could last forever and they never go away. But in reality, they scratched super easy and always like skipped. And I think tapes had way more longevity than CDs personally, even though through time they could warp and everything. That sounded kind of cool. A skipping CD sucks. That does not sound cool at all. So yeah, for me, I always knew that I wanted to put out record, and I didn't want to put out CDs even when CDs were still a thing, when I was earlier in making music and putting my music out as an artist. So I'm really excited for this opportunity. I still need to sell 24 records in order for them to go into production. And so anyone who does buy an album, if we don't make that 25 records, they will get their money refunded. But yeah, for me, this is a dream come true on so many levels. And honestly, because of this campaign, it's getting me to think a lot about what I'm doing as a musician. And I think I'm going to pivot in a big way, whether that's becoming more serious about music than I have been, or going the opposite direction and honestly taking a huge break from social media and other avenues that I've sunk a lot of time into. Though it might not seem like I've sunk a lot of time into social media, or maybe it'll be a mix of those two things. I'm not sure, but I do think this is the end of a chapter. And honestly, with this record, I think this kind of sums up for me the best work as a singer-songwriter I've created in my lifetime. And from here on, I think things are going to be different. Not necessarily in a bad way, maybe in a more fluid way, more on the spot way. I don't know. I don't know how things are going to change. I'm still working on that. But this is a definitive sum of time and my life. And it tells a story. And there are a few exclusive tracks on the album that are some of my best tracks. I definitely would do well to have those out there, but I'm gonna keep them exclusive to this record, most likely. Anyway, that's why I chose vinyl. Those are some of the reasons that I'm super excited about this record. So if you haven't already, check it out. You can hear 6 of the tracks already. And like I said, there are 4 exclusive tracks that I'm actually mixing 3 of them currently, but they'll be done by the time the record will need to go out, which is the end of March. So if you want to support me, buy a record, tell your friends, especially people who have record players about this. I really want it to go into the hands of everyone who has a record player, and I just stand behind this record because it's some of the best work I've done all in like one place. So if not though, thanks for supporting me in any ways you have over the years as an artist, and we'll see where the journey goes from here. But this is the end of a chapter. Till next time.